Today, I'll be showing you 20 Minecraft tips and tricks that you need to know. In fact, everyone needs to know. So let's begin. Have you ever wanted to stay underwater for all of eternity? You know, probably not that long, but if you have to stay underwater for long periods of time, I'll suggest bringing magma with you. For if you hold shift on a magma block underwater, then you regain your air, or oxygen, whatever you want to call it. So make sure you have a handful of magma blocks. Did you know that if you attach an animal to a lead with a fence, and then, you know, the animal just suddenly dies to something, then the lead will stay on the fence. So, you know, this is very good for certain fence patterns or designs. If you want to get it off, then just simply right click. I also heard that if you attach an animal to a fence, just like this, and cover up the animal, you should have this very interesting type of rope design added. Sure does look good, doesn't it? So I'm sure you know you can hook and pull mobs in Minecraft, but did you know that you can do the same thing with items too? So look at this diamond. If I were able to grab it and pull it, see, I can pull it now. If you do find use of it, let me know in the comments down below. That'd be very interesting. Did you know that campfires may be a better option than furnaces when it comes to early game cooking? Well, I'd say it's true. For example, a campfire can cook 4 pieces of beef a little bit faster than a furnace. In fact, a furnace would be done with 3 by the time the campfire is done with 4. So the campfire is clearly the winner here. The only problem is that you have to keep on placing the new food. So if you're around your base a lot, then I would suggest using a campfire. If not, then maybe a furnace is good for you. This tip is probably better for later game use, since, you know, it's hard to obtain elytra very early. But did you know that you can instant land elytra with chorus fruit? Just like that. I say it's great for hiding from your friends if you're trying to run away from them in some epic elytra chase scene. Or you just don't like landing elytra, in that case just pack up some chorus fruit with you. Did you know that if you right click a cauldron with water with a dyed item, the dye will wash off? This especially works with leather items, that's mainly what I'm talking about, but if you use it with banners, it will take out one pattern at a time. Great if you want to undo something that you may have done with the banner. Did you know that if you leave a few, and by a few I mean a lot, of cauldrons outside, it will eventually fill with water when it rains? And this also applies to snow. If you place cauldrons outside while it's snowing, the cauldrons may be soon filled with powdered snow. And actually, I've seen a lot of people use it for a powdered snow farm, so maybe it's something you want to look into. So some of you guys must be wondering, why would you want powdered snow? I must say, this is why. With powdered snow, if you place one on the ground, stand on top of it with leather boots, that's how you stay on top of them. Place another one right on top of that one, stand on that. Try on to hold shift as you grab the one from underneath. And you can have this kind of climbing pattern. With 2 powdered snow buckets, you'll be able to go up in Minecraft without use of a ladder or towering blocks to make everything look messy. This is a very clean way of doing it. Another great thing about powdered snow is that it can be used as a clutching mechanism. Like, you know, you can powdered snow clutch. Just like that. Now, I would even say this is better than water clutching. And the reason why I say this is because powdered snow clutching works in the nether. Yeah, I should definitely look into this. Are you familiar with this type of fence design? Let's say people don't like using fence doors because animals can get away that way. So instead they place a carpet right on top of a fence post to climb in and out. Well, there is an easier and potentially cheaper way of doing this. And all we need is trapdoors. See, if we create a fence using trapdoors in the way I'm showing you right now, we can go in and out, but for some reason animals refuse to leave once they enter. So look, I'm going to bring this mushroom over here. Come on. Now he's in. Look, I can try and lead him out, but he's not going to leave. How convenient. Now let's say you don't really have a way to lure this guy into your trapdoor fence. In that case, I'll suggest placing water inside the fence and putting the mob on fire. In this case, we'll run to the nearest water source. Fun. Yes, it worked. And he's trapped. You may want to create a bigger water place for him to cool himself down with, or he's just going to be doing that forever. So you must be wondering, what's with my sudden mushroom obsession? Well, that's the next tip actually. Did you know that mushrooms are probably the ultimate food source? And later on in this video, I'm going to show you another tip which will make them even more beneficial. But for now, if you click them with a bowl, you will get mushroom stew. And this is nice. As long as you have like enough bowls, then this should work pretty well. And the best part about this mushroom stew is that it will bring up 3 hunger points, or hunger bars, whatever you want to call them. Now, if these mushrooms get struck by a lightning bolt, you know, I'm doing a lot of damage to these guys, but whenever, they will turn into brown mushrooms. And if you click these brown mushrooms with dandelions, then take a bowl and, you know, right-click them, they'll give you suspicious stew. You must be wondering, what's suspicious stew? Well, with dandelions, it should be able to give you saturation. So, you know, that's pretty good. Did you know that dispensers and droppers can drop random items? You see here we got lime, blue, and red concrete. Same over here. If you click this button, it drops red, it drops blue, then it drops lime, and it's pretty random. Now this is great for, let's say, putting your names inside of here to see which name comes out. It's like drawing straws in Minecraft, you could say. Have you ever wanted to make a door zombie-proof in Minecraft? Let's say you want to protect your base or something. In that case, I have the fix for you. Did you know that if you break the door that you had previously, and instead place it with this little angle here, and places will look like this, it's now kind of a flipped door. So in this case, the door is considered open if it's in this position. Now this will definitely trick zombies because they won't even try coming up to the door and breaking it down instead of trying to find every other way of getting it. In fact, I'm gonna show you right now. So let's say I put myself raw alone, I plus a few zombies, they're mad at me, they're probably after me now. If I close this door, they're at the door, but they won't be able to break it down. Probably because I'm so close to the door, they're after me this way. Now they're gone. See that? Did you know that if pollinated bees fly over your crops, then they will have some sort of bone meal effect to them? I find it very good for, let's say, growing crops a bit more while keeping the bees somewhat happy, right? Even though they're encased in this glass cage that I made them, you know, they're being helpful, and I mean, I guess they're enjoying it. And see, that's the bone meal effect I'm talking about right there. Here's another one. Did you know that you can move villagers without using any equipment? All you need to do is right-click them, and they'll walk right up to you. Yeah, they love doing business with you, so, you know, they'll try and get as close as possible to hear you have to say. And that's a great way to lead them to your little villager farm. Whatever terrible things you do with villagers. I find it a lot better than, you know, trying to figure out how to maneuver a boat up a block to move this villager somewhere, or even make a whole elaborate minecart system to move him to your little villager farm. Did you know that if you give an undead mob a splash potion of healing, it does damage to him? So you can definitely kill a monster that way, right? But let's say you want to help him out, like, you're sorry for the poor guy. With all the love you've been giving him, he just doesn't like it. Just give him a splash potion of harming, and that will heal him. If I can do this repeatedly, he ain't gonna die, because I'm healing him, like, every time. Have you ever wanted your own invisible water source in Minecraft? Well, to do so is fairly simple. All you need is just water and stairs and slabs. So we all know that water buckets can be waterlogged in stairs and slabs now in Minecraft, so think for a minute, just think, you know, just what if you were able to get yourself some, let's say, stone, place it along here, just like that. What does it look like? Just a big block of stone. You can get your water from down here. It's that easy. Now, this also works for slabs. I can create water, hit a slab here, and collect it, and place it back down if I want to. And if you want to blend it in stuff, we can also put it inside of these walls, just like this. And bada bing, bada boom, we got ourselves an invisible water source. This one is fairly simple. If you place the door on the ground, stand right where it is where it opens, where you're just kind of clipping inside of it, then you jump up 2 times, you're on top of it. So I like to call it a step-up ladder. Just, you know, it's a door, but it's a lot like step-up ladder, isn't it? If you just so happen to accidentally summon the Warden in the deep dark, make sure to grab 2 skulk sensors and a trapdoor, and place those 2 skulk sensors right next to each other with a trapdoor in the middle so they both activate the trapdoor. This little machine will distract the Warden. However, if you hit him, he will continue to chase you, so be careful. Now, if you want to see 10 more tips and tricks for Minecraft 1.19, then click this video right here. On my head right now. Just go ahead.